Hi, welcome to My Mini Addiction. This is week 17 of my 2023 painting vlog. If you're new to my channel, I make and paint miniatures and terrain for tabletop gaming. And this week I didn't get a whole lot of painting done. If you guys have been watching my channel, you might notice I do wear a compression glove on my right hand because it hurts like a lot. Not sure exactly what's wrong with it. I think the warranty just ran out, and so it gets achy a lot. And so it was kind of aching me a bit, and then I'm also anemic, and I had a day that I was just kind of really shaky because my iron got all out of whack. Feeling better now, but I just really didn't feel like I should be painting minis because I was just a little too shaky this last week. Still got some done, still I've been working, through the Masters of the Universe game. So I did 3. I finished He-Man riding Battle Cat, Tila, and Orko. So those were, done, and I had time to do that. My hand felt okay, but I still needed to do things. So for the Magic and Mages Fantasy City I've been making, I mentioned in a previous video that I was just going to paint up the sanctum and not make a time-lapse video of painting it like I have for a lot of the other buildings, because I was like, it just didn't seem all that exciting. But I was like looking at it and I'm like, I think it needs a little something. So what I ended up doing with it. So here's the sanctum, and it has kind of on the end this place where I thought I would set like an orb or something, and I got one. And then I'm like, oh, what if I make it light up? And what I ended up doing didn't look as cool. Then I ended up kind of there. I took some better pictures, but I made these like flames out of hot glue, and then I have these bright lights, so it doesn't show up all that well, but I actually have a light underneath that kind of lights up and does a color change. So I took the 3D printed sanctum, then I took foam and kind of built up the base, and then I have a place where I cut out for the light to fit up underneath so I can turn it on and off. So I did shoot a little bit of video of how I kind of put this together. I won't make a whole separate video about it, but I just thought I would kind of fix up the sanctum. So it's got like a cool sacred flame or something. I just wanted to make it a little fancier than it was. And then once again, kind of going with the theme of this whole city, I have everything covered in moss and stuff, because that was kind of, I live in the Pacific Northwest, everything here is covered in moss, and that's kind of what I've been doing on all the buildings in the city. I just kind of wanted to give them that kind of look like they're in a place where it's just kind of wet and rainy all the time, and that's why I've been covering everything in moss. So anyway, I did do this because this was something that didn't take a lot of detail and wasn't super hard on my hand. And then also something, this was beginning of the year, I had told my subscribers, now this is the time, I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I was like, oh, if I can hit 100 subscribers, I will do a special project. And at the time I was maybe in the 80s, and I was letting people vote. I had 5 different things, and it was just finishing stuff that was not complete. And so the vote was to give a now I'm trying to think of the word, a makeover. That's what I'm thinking of. I was going to do a makeover of my fish market. The fish market is part of a whole fishing village that I 3D printed and painted up about 3 years ago. And the fish market, here, I'll find a picture of it. I had just taken, it was a lot of little pieces, and I had just glued them onto a piece of foam board, just because, it was so many little things, and it was hard to kind of move them and reset them all up. So I'm just glued it up, and so it kind of became part of the whole village. And then it just got put in a cabinet kind of off to the side. Never even used it in a game or anything yet. So that was on my list of stuff to do. So the vote was for the fish market, and I surprisingly, I hit the 100 subscribers like really quick, and then I just had not got around to doing anything. But I thought this is a good week that I'm just going to do some terrain stuff where I don't have to do a lot of detail. Now I'm not quite finished. and I am going to make a whole separate video about what I did, but here it is. So let me try to get this all in here. So here is the remodeled fish market, and I will go into more detail in the video that I'm making just about this. So I took it and added a lot of, trying to make it look like it was in kind of a swampy wetlands area. So added a lot of, plants, and then, fallen logs and things like that, and then added some resin. So this is actually all one thing, and it's all one piece. Now I do have some fish that actually, some larger fish that hang on here that I haven't put back on yet. So I still got to do some cleaning up on the edges yet, but this is what I spent a bunch of time on this week, was working on this. Plus, actually I'm going to call it a secret project. I'm about ready to start DMing my own campaign, and I have a large terrain piece that I'm currently working on that's going to be in this campaign that I'm not going to show on the video because I don't want my players to see what is coming. So that's going to be a little tricky because I already make stuff for other games, and but I want this stuff to be a surprise. So in future videos, if I talk about, I painted up a surprise mini or something like that, it's because I want it's going to be in my campaign, and I don't want anybody to know yet because I totally want it to be a surprise. But I've got several terrain pieces in the works that I'll show you guys once I've revealed it in my campaign, and it will be pretty cool. But I'm excited about this. This is something that I'm kind of just coming up with. This will be my first time DMing a game, and so I'm looking forward to that. And then also I'm getting to make stuff for my own game, so that's kind of fun for me. So this week was definitely a lot more on the terrain side of things. Still got a few minis, painted, just the 3. And hopefully, last couple days my hand's been feeling a lot better, so I should be able to get more into the painting minis again. And, once again, I will try to finish things. I will try to get Fish Market finished up, and so that way I can kind of walk you through, what I did on that and give you more details on showing that. And then, I can start working on another one of my special projects. So I have so many unfinished things. And if you guys have been watching my videos for a while, I definitely hop around from project to project and stuff. And then I think that's about it for what I'm going to talk about this week. So I will show you guys the 3 minis I painted this week. And I'll show you some pictures of the sanctum and then the fish market. Make sure you subscribe so that way you don't miss out when here in a couple days when I show you the whole video on how the fish market has come together. So, all right, you guys, thanks for watching. Check out these minis, and I will see you guys next time.